Hello, like, hey, hi, it's been a while. Oh my. So I dropped a video the last time and I was supposed to drop like part 1, part 2, part 3 and I've literally not had the time to edit. Life has happened, a whole lot has been happening. I'm glad to be back. Today's video wasn't a planned video. I didn't plan this. I just got inspired while I was in the bathroom. As funny as it would sound, I was literally having my bath and then I had to do some shaving, and then it just pops up in my head. Like, a lot of persons come to the pharmacy and you're like, hey, this bum here doesn't want to go. What can I do? I've tried doing this. I've tried this. It's not working. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some tips that I have been using. I've not really had bumps. Maybe because I follow some, little tricks here and there. And that's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. It's going to be pretty short, but I hope you find it useful. So let's delve into the video. So what are razor bumps? Razor bumps, they basically develop as a result of irritation on the skin. So most of the time people are trying to shave, and in the process the shave stick sort of irritates the skin surfaces, and then bumps develop. That could be one of the causes of razor bump. Another physiological mechanism through which bumps forms as a result of having hair follicles growing inward. So instead of the hair follicle growing outward, it's growing back in. So because of that, it forms more like an inflammatory bump around the area, and that's why you just see those things there. I don't know how best to explain it, but I want to believe that you understand what I am saying. So how do you manage razor bump? But before we look at managing razor bump, we want to look at some of the things that might predispose you to having bumps. First off, people who tend to shave more frequently are more prone to having bumps. The reason is this: frequent shaving tends to not give the skin room for it to heal up from some of the irritation that it must have experienced during the course of the shaving, and that is one of the reasons why you might be developing skin bumps. Secondly, it's your shaving pattern. So some persons, their skin do well with dry shaving. Other people's skin would tolerate wet shaving. So if you keep having bumps, you want to try to do more of the wet shaving. The third thing is the kind of shaving stick that you use. I would have mentioned certain brands, but I don't want to spoil business for some brands. I've just attached on the screen the brand I tend to use more. And so if you've been using one particular brand, I don't want to mention names, and it's giving you bumps, try another brand of shaving wick. Here are some of the tips that I have recommended to my patients, and it has worked for them. So for start off, if I notice a patient has bumps, a lot of it, the first thing I always recommend is that you leave the skin. You allow the hair to grow. Just allow it to grow very bushy. Yes, as ill as it may sound for some persons who always enjoy to shave everything, I always recommend that you allow the hair to grow. Allow it to grow more. Just give it time to, those hair follicles that have gone inward, they would come out with time. So allow the hair to grow. When it grows, you realize that the bumps will heal up and you won't even have as much bumps as you used to. Second prescribing is this: I always tell my patients to make sure that they shave according to the flow of the hair. So take for instance, look at I don't know how visible my hair here would look like. I'm very hairy. So if you look at my skin here, you realize that the hair, they are growing towards this direction. So it means that when you want to shave, you shave in the direction in which the hair is growing. You don't shave in the opposite direction. If you do that, you're also going to be causing some form of irritation on the skin. So you want to make sure that you're shaving in the direction of the hair. Now, another thing I always recommend is that my patients use a particular kind of shaving beak. The reason why emphasis is on shaving beak is because most of the time people who come down with razor bump are people who use shaving stick. So that's why I'm emphasizing in this video on shaving beak. So I emphasize also on using a particular brand. I tell my patient, look out for brands of shaving stick that have like a cushion. You'll see something like some people call it is a soap on it, more like a cushion on it. That cushion helps to prevent the shaving beak or the blade from having a direct contact on your skin. So I always recommend look out for shaving beaks that have a cushion on it. They help to prevent bumps also, so you want to look out for that. So I think that if you try these tips and you're still having those bumps, please, I would recommend that you speak to a dermatologist if the bumps are not resolving after you try these tips. Yeah, there are other topical products that can be used, but I am just giving in this video some home care that you can do to prevent or to manage bumps. But if your bumps are not resolving after trying these tips, you want to book an appointment with a dermatologist. Sometimes people do not know the right persons to meet when they have certain health conditions. So if you have issues that has to do with your skin, you want to speak to a dermatologist. So until I come your way next week, do take care of yourselves. Ciao.